from Washington.
Oh, all righty, Ed. Great to have you on the call. Okay, we're just about a couple minutes out, and those 2 minutes always go real fast. So as people come on, just tell us your name, where you're calling from. We're getting back to that warm Charleston weather again. Fans on, doors open, but it's really lovely. So again, this is our Thursday morning mastermind call. We're just a minute away. We're going to go ahead and get started. We have all these different devices telling us different times, but we'll use this one and just be a minute away instead of 2 minutes away from the top of the hour. And we're just excited for everybody who's joining us. Again, when you come on the line, just tell us your name and where you're calling from. I know sometimes we'll have folks that are in different areas and they can't talk, but they can listen. And that's great. We're just happy that you're here and that you're willing to share all the great things that are happening with you and your Surge 365 business. And also, it's a great thing. Oh, well, let me check the time. I was just going to start talking. Okay, well, we're right at the top of the hour. So I'm going to go ahead and just start sharing. And like this call is a nice conversation. We want everybody to share what's on their heart, what's on their mind, and it helps us all grow and build our Surge 365 business. What's going on is it's just exploding over here, over there. People are getting bonuses over here, over there, just like you know. And that international market seems like it is really booming, and we just want to keep it going. So where we have several different calls going on each night of the week because we can't contain all the people with one call. And you do that by just sharing. You do that by making sure you're talking to everyone you know, letting them know that they can still do this. It's a great time. Don't worry. Always work for yourself. If you work for yourself as hard as you're working for that 9 to 5 person, you would be a millionaire by now. So there's a little saying I've read before where it says, don't work so hard to make somebody else a millionaire, work hard to make yourself a millionaire. And you do that, of course, like we all know, by having your own home-based business. So we are right there, right at the top of the hour of our Thursday mastermind call. As people come on the line, just tell us your name and where you're calling from, because we're excited about all the great things that are happening with our Surge 365 business. We have different folks that in the back office, it just said adjustment and $500 was downloaded into their account. And I thought that was awesome. And that's what's so great about our company. We don't have to worry or think about or try to calculate what your income will be. There's a computer system that keeps it all together. And that's what I like. And so if somebody in your team way down, you don't have to worry, oh, do I get $20, $10? And how many times? Is that times 10 or times 15, times 20? It doesn't matter. The system will put it together for you, send you a nice little breakout on your check if you get checks, or it'll be in your back office if you just get the pay card. So that's one thing that's really great about our company. We're opening in all these different countries, and people are taking advantage of the opportunity. And I think that's what we have to remember. Surge 365 is an awesome opportunity. It allows you to determine how you want your future to look. And the way you think today is how your future is going to be. And I think there was somebody who said that. I don't remember. Did you say that, Ed? I'm trying to remember. Somebody said that on one of our calls, or maybe I heard it, because I do listen to a lot of different motivating speakers, and your thoughts will determine your future. So you want to make sure you keep tabs on that. Make sure it's what you want it to be, and it's not just out there. And then I was talking on our Monday night call, so I had to go and look this up because I knew I remembered it, that you have 6,000 thoughts a day. The average human being has 6,000 thoughts a day. And if you're putting all those thoughts into negative thinking, that's all you're going to get. So you want to make sure you keep that positive thinking going. Can you imagine if you keep seeing what you want, feeling what you want, how is it going to be? I remember when we were in the other company, we would say, visualize yourself walking across the stage and getting your ring, and how is that going to feel? And even when we would be in different conventions and other folks would be getting their rings or keys to their car or their $10,000 check, that's one thing Coach would say. He would say, get up and shout and clap like you're walking across the stage, because you really want to keep that feeling. Because when you have that feeling of how awesome it's going to be able to do whatever you want and however you want, that's a good feeling. And then, because along with the feelings, then you start thinking about it. You start thinking about what you're going to do and where you're going to go and how you're going to plan your trips. And even yesterday, I was talking to my daughter. We're already thinking about Christmas. And she said, oh, Mom. I said, it'd be fun this year because, the whole switch off family thing. So it'll just be my daughter and Rick and I and other family members, but my son will be at his in-laws. So we were thinking, oh, man, it would be great. We should do a cruise. And so we started thinking about doing a cruise, and I'm fine. I could catch you and Dad later on in the morning after I work out. And we were there. We were on the cruise ship. We was laughing and talking about it, because the last one we went to in 2022, or was it 2023? I don't remember. I think it was 2023 in December. We did a Christmas cruise, and it was so much fun. And I'm like, okay, well, now I guess it's been our 2 years, so we should do another Christmas cruise. So we started talking about it and thinking about it and remembering how much fun we had on the last one. So when you can find something that you had fun on and how great it felt, and you can just kind of take a minute or a second or however much time you have during your day to just think about how fun that was and reminisce on it and just go with the feeling of it. A lot of times, not a lot of times, but we do think sometimes about when we had that massive convention in Illinois with the statue and all the people that were there. And then I remember one year, Rick and I, my father, we brought him in the business, and him and his wife came up, and we just took care of everything. We took care of their airlines, their hotel. Then we went out to the spaghetti factory for dinner, and our team was there. And it was probably about 20 people. I'm trying to remember how many people were there. And it was so much fun to pick up the tab. And not even, all we said was, you can pay for your drinks, but we'll take care of your meal. And it was so fun to be able to do that. And, those kind of memories. So when you can think of something that you had so much fun doing and remembering the feeling of how that was when you did that. And that's what you want more of. You want more of that successful feeling. You want more of the feeling when you receive your bonus check, when you receive just coming in the business. I remember we used to get a complete little box that would come with different things in it and a DVD and all these things. But then that just goes to show you how times have changed, because I'm quite sure there are some folks that still have their DVD players up and running. But now on demand, you want to watch a movie, you can just call it up. You want to do this, you can do. So things change so much, but it changed for the better. And it changes to keep everyone moving forward. But those feelings, if you can keep those feelings going on how great it felt, how much fun you had when things were happening. And we had so much fun. And back then, the company would have a whole area with books and hats and T-shirts, and oh my goodness, we went through that we went through that line one year, and we were buying shirts, and they had the Tommy Bahama shirts. And I think Rick grabbed about 3 or 4 of those shirts, and we got books and hats and everything. And at that time, I don't know what it is now, but at that time, those shirts were running $99 a piece. And he just had to have three because he wanted these different colors. And we got to the register, and our bill was, I think, about $800. I'm not sure. And it was so nice to be able to just hand over that credit card, which was the company's credit card at that time. And it was the money that was downloaded onto our account, and just pay for it. So when you can find feelings like that, and that was so much fun to be able to treat our team. We were sponsoring groups on buses to come to the different red carpets that they would have. And we had one person in Denver, Charlotte, who would gather everybody together, and we would just pay for it. And then our team of however many, 40, 45, whatever would fit that bus, because she would pack that bus out, and everybody would come to those different events that we would have. And so it's so nice and fun to sit back. So find out what was fun for you. What do you want to have more of? What do you want to do more of? And make sure out of those 6,000 thoughts, you're thinking positive. You're feeling that great, great feeling of, yeah, we could do this. We could do this. It's going to be so fun. And watch how things just keep going your way. But I thought I would just share a little bit of that, because it's something about keeping that mind stayed on positivity. And it's something about feeling that. I know, well, we've been listening to Neville Goddard for a while, and Rick's gotten back into listening to him, because there's so many people out there that have different seminars and talk this way. And when you can really plug into that, for one thing, the feeling alone will make you feel better. And that's a good thing right there. So once you start feeling that, start thinking about it, watch how the great ideas come to you on how to work your business. Watch how the great ideas come, the people come. Right now, folks are trying to figure out what's going to happen left and right. Give them hope. Hope with our Surge 365 business. We used to have that as a slogan, the company of hope. And I think it's more now than it's ever been, because right now we can give you that hope. We can show you, instead of sitting back and panicking, get your 10, 15 people together, show them what you're getting ready to focus on. Have 5, 10 of them come on board. You're 3 and free now, and you receive the bonus. So, and when people see that, they're going to want to do it too. And it's still in place. It hasn't changed. What we want to do is make sure we get enough people, and we tell enough people that this is how it can be. And the feeling is there. I can remember when we had people who were coming in the business, and they would sign up 3 people. Wait, let me sign up first. They sign up 3 people. The next day they want to sign up 6 people. And before you know it, the bonuses was flowing. We were blasting Facebook with all the bonuses that we received. And that's coming. And so remembering that feeling, and watch how that feeling keeps coming, and watch how that act keeps happening. But you got to get there. That mind is a powerful. Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Those memories are fuel. It's
Yes.
rocket fuel. Um, just to be there to experience it, and it's you have your memories, and bear with us because we've been getting over some stuff here with the weather changes and all. But that's what's good about technology too. We can stay plugged in using the technology. So don't be afraid of that. A lot of people are running in fear of the technologies, but we can use those technologies for good. But anyway, to some of our early memories, and I'm still looking for, we had some pictures stored somewhere from the first few conventions for
Did we lose you? I know that sometimes happens with technology, but it's okay. Whenever you click back in, know that you can start the conversation right from where you left off.
Right. And, and,
Oh, there you
and
go.
right, right. That's the foundation. And I think the second convention that we went to, we were invited. Well, we finally got involved in 2007 and invited by the Tillmans. And well, Chantel signed up, and then I came along. But the first convention that I went to, they had a full size aircraft on the stage, full
Oh, I
size,
remember that one. Yeah, I remember
and
that one.
it was
They
cleared for
had on.
takeoff. I think, yeah, I think cleared for
Yeah,
takeoff
yeah,
was the
that's right.
theme,
I remember that one. Yes.
and it just blew me away. But I wasn't ready for the next one in St. Louis, where they had a full size or 99% full size statue replica of the Statue of Liberty that was from the bottom to the ceiling of the Edward Jones Dome where the Rams played.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was, we have the videos are out there. And you have to share those to keep those memories alive. It was so amazingly awesome, and I mean the good. And every time, now when you're running on a high, then there's going to come resistance. But we have to keep the positive times alive too, and keep sharing those memories because they are the foundation, and that's what keeps us going. That's what's built on the foundation of the memories, the experiences. You talked about the shops; they would always have run specials at conventions. You could get discounts, and you've heard our stories about some of our team members that flew from the Northwest with us, getting in there, and then it was such the people were so excited that when Coach put a special out there, everybody charged to the store, and some of our people got caught up
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
in the rush. They got caught up in the rush. And it became a medical emergency. That's how exciting it was. But Daisy wound up having to be hospitalized. She was there. Guess what? She hadn't checked out of her hotel room. She had a plane ticket. Guess what? She missed her flight. Guess what? She didn't have travel insurance. This was her first experience at a convention. And guess what? Coach Tomer stepped up to the plate and took care of the bill for all of it. That's
Mm.
the heart. That's the foundation this is built on.
Mhm.
It was similar to what I said our first year when I was still a realtor, and I got a letter. It was a booming year. 2007 is a pivotal year because that was the when the balloon was at its peak, which the balloon burst in 2008. But guess what? The bill from the IRS came from the boom. The boom for me was a bill from the IRS saying you owe me $10,000 for your great year, and it was jaw dropping. But guess what? After we learned our business and learned the tax system and learned how to take advantage of the tax benefits, and this is true, this is our personal story. I received a tax refund of $125, and you didn't have to tell me anything else from then on. If I didn't make 1 cent with this business, if I didn't sponsor one person, I had just made $10,000. Now,
Yeah.
a business minded person knows that and they understand that. So keep looking. I'll hand it off. I hand it back to you, Brenda.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's good. And everybody has some kind of memory like that too, because we had a check that helped us take care of Rick's sister, because she didn't have any uh, burial insurance, and there is so much good memories that we have that we can really hold on to. and bring those feelings back. And to think that you can get those thoughts going with good memories after good memories. I remember we stayed in the Renaissance. I forget what level we was on. It was like a suite. So we had, it connected to that convention center. And we had a living room along connected to a bedroom. It was very, very nice. And so all of those things kind of help you remember and keep you in a good head space. That's what you want to do. You want to be in a good head space, because you can keep, if you can keep yourself in a good head space, because we have to work at that. I mean, it would be great, and it can come. I'm going to speak it. We can stay in a good headspace 24/7 if you want, and we do. And that's what you have to work at, making sure you have that positive headspace. You're thinking positive. You're feeling the great feelings on how good it felt. And I can go way back when my kids were little and we needed a van, and we went and got a van, and it was pretty modern for back in the day, this van. And we were driving up and down the highway in the van, and the kids was hopping from one seat to the next, and just so good to be able to afford a van that we needed. And so when you think about when you were able to just afford something that you needed, and then we were able to drive cross country and see this and see that and drive all the way up to Niagara Falls, those are memories that nothing can take those away. And so when you have great memories like that, I want more. Now that I have a granddaughter, I'm going to take her to Tokyo Disney. And of course, my son's like, why do you want to go to Tokyo? I don't know, just because I think it sounds great and it makes me smile. And the idea that we're going to fly and go to Tokyo Disney just because is a fun feeling for me. So when you get those great fun feelings of what you want to do and how great it's going to feel when you do it, then hold on to that and get more and more of it. Because the more you get, the better you're going to feel and the easier things are going to come. Because when you talk to people and you're feeling good, that energy is going to come from you. They're going to want that. They're going to ask you, you're smiling because of travel? Yeah, it works. Yeah, it works. Just that simple. And they're going to want to know more. I had somebody who is in our team, Kathy Wright. And Kathy, she will text me here and there once in a while and ask me questions about the business because she's still active. And so yesterday she texted me and she said, oh, I wish we had a presentation. Can you send me the presentation? I have this person I want to show the presentation to. And I said to her, why don't you do on demand? And of course, it's been a minute, or she forgot or whatever, but she had no idea what I was talking about. So I was able to text her and say, surgepro365.com is our on demand. You can go there and you can set up to watch the video. So of course she comes back. Those don't work for me because life starts happening, and when I set up a time, then I forget and I don't go back and da da da. So I went back and I said, no, you can set up a time to watch it right then and there. Within 5 minutes, you can be watching the video. You don't have to set your time 3 or 4 days away, because the video is set to play or the video is set for you to schedule a time. And I knew this, and I could say it because just 2 days ago, I was playing around and I was putting the surgepro365.com on a little silly thing I put on Instagram. And I wanted to make sure it was up, running. I wanted to know who's doing it. And Dawn is doing it. And Dawn is fun. I mean, she does a nice little fun presentation. She talks a little bit about herself first, letting everybody know why she's in the business and what she's so happy about, and the fact that she's a director now. And she does a great job going through and doing the presentation. Her face is over in the corner, And then she just does it like that. So I knew what I was talking about. I had just played around with it, signed up myself for it. So I knew that she could do it right away. She didn't have to wait 15 minutes, a half hour, 2 days later. And so she came back with a thank you. So once she signs up, I will see it because the videos the video comes, what is that? Not video. The email comes to me showing me that somebody has signed up. So I know when people are signing up, when they're watching the video, when they're sharing it, because some people will sign up, but then it doesn't, then I don't get an email to say that they completed it. So this is how cool this on-demand is. Let me just talk about it real fast. SurgePro365.com on demand allows you to do just that. Watch the video on demand. So if you have someone who's saying they can't come to our meeting on Thursday night because, Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon works best for them and you're in church, then you can send them the on demand. And when they go there, they can even schedule a time and they will receive an email telling them that the on demand is getting ready to start. And they can go and watch it, or they can just go and watch it right then and there. I will receive an email, and once I receive the email tells me who sent this person to the demand. And once I get the email, then I forward it to the person who sent them the demand. And I used to do it, but now I wait for the person to complete the video. When they complete the video, it'll tell me so-and-so completed the video. Then I will send that out to the person whose email they put in there who told them to watch it. Because to send a video out and tell you that this person signed up for it and they never watched it, well, it's kind of, to me, a waste of time. But when they watch it, then it's like, oh, great, they watched it, they completed it, boom. Now you know they've watched it, they completed it, and you can give them a call and say, hey, how was that video? What did you like best about it? But to know that they signed up for it and they didn't watch it, well, all you can do is just keep checking on them and finding out if they're going to watch the video. So I think that's an easier way for me because I'm expecting hundreds and hundreds of emails to come my way saying different folks have completed the video. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to just sit there for an hour and shoot out emails. This came, follow up here, follow up here, follow up here. And that's what I'm excited about. And when that starts happening, we'll know people are using that on demand. And it's a great way to have access to the presentation right away. And especially if you have someone who's new and they don't feel comfortable sharing information, well, then all you got to do is tell them, hey, go to SurgePro365.com and go and watch the video with them, or tell them where they can watch the video. And then when the video is over, it will let me know. And another thing about this on-demand program, Dawn has access to it, and it goes to all of her team members. I don't know who in her team monitors their email, but she has access. And I'm trying to remember, there's somebody else that actually has this on demand. But what's really nice about this on demand, Juliet pays for it. Juliet pays, I don't know how much money she pays. I have no idea, for us to have access to this on demand. And when she got it started, somebody else was working it, and I don't know what happened with them, but now Dawn does it. Dawn has the capability of going in there and changing the videos, and just keeping it updated. And so Rick talked to her, and she said, okay, I'll put mine up, the one that our people are looking at. And it's fine, because the bottom line is people are going to see it, and they're going to see it. And when they come on board, they're going to be able to share it too, if that's what they want to do. or they might feel like I want to do it a one-on-one or I want to do a Zoom, whatever works for them. The bottom line is exposure, and that's what we have. And so I remembered that, and I thought the timing was real interesting because I didn't want to put something up on social media that I wasn't sure if it was still running or even who was doing the presentation. I really wanted to know who was doing it. And so I looked at it and I let it play while I was doing some other things. So I didn't stare at it, but I did listen to her as I was doing some other things in my office. And she does a great job letting everybody know to get back to the person who invited you to watch this video. And so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and
That's a great tool that we have. Go right ahead.
if you haven't tried it yourself, definitely try it yourself before you send it out to someone so that you can know what that process is. But it is, like you're saying, Brenda, it is a great tool that we have for such a time as now. And because we are in interesting times, we've been in very
Mm-hmm.
interesting times. And it's always a good thing because all things work together for our good. And one of the most important things a person can do during these times is to have a vision, to have a vision of what your future looks like, the end state of what your future looks like for you and for your family. And to be able to hold that vision and to fixate on that vision and to pray that vision and to declare that vision and to visualize, being in that place, in that vision. And and this is so true. Everything else will align to make it true, regardless of whatever environment you're in, or we are in as an economy, we are in whatever, whatever, whatever. Doesn't matter. What matters is the vision that you have for yourself and your family. And to make sure that you're not distracted by anything. A lot of times fear, will pull people to the right or to the left. Fear of what possibly could happen. And don't allow that to happen. Well, how do I not let this happen? It depends on the strength of your vision. Your imagination is a preview of life's coming attractions. And if you can just hold to that vision, the tools, the people, the situations, everything will fall in place. Back to you, Brenda.
That's true. Anybody else? I know we have a lot of people who are doing different things in their business, different things that are happening, and that's what makes it exciting. That's what it's called movement. And even
Oh,
last
Brenda.
night, there's still. Go right ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off though.
No, go ahead.
One of the things that is so interesting, especially about, the folks who are the leaders in this business, us folks who are the leaders in this business, you'll find that you have created a skill set that you don't want to just, focus on one thing because there's many, many, many different situations out there that need your skill set. What is my skill set? Your skill set is Surge 365. You know, your skill set is understanding the vortex, understanding, the membership, understanding the travel agency, understanding the basics of the compensation plan. If you want to complete the first team with 5 people, 2 personally sponsored, the sixth one launches you to your team builder. And all you're doing is helping people get to their team builder. You help, I think, 5 people get to their team builder, and you're a regional builder. But in your team builder is where those $1,000 bonuses every 7, $10,000 bonuses every 100. That's where that whole system starts. And then, of course, the commissions and the residual income. You know, but this is a skill set that we have. You may be talking to churches. You may be talking to organizations. You may be talking to individuals. You may be talking to businesses, but it's a skill set that you have acquired. And you may be talking to any of the ones I just mentioned about maybe just a travel agency, or maybe just fundraising with the Vortex, or traveling wholesale with the membership, or building a team with the SBA compensation. But if you can understand the tools that you have available to you, and then be on the watch because there's problems all around you that people are having, situations where they're stuck. I think Ed was telling me this morning about organizations that may be dead in the water because their funding is frozen, or they're not sure. There's an uncertainty whether they'll have funding. And when we look at the people who are still traveling, nothing stops the travel. If the pandemic couldn't stop the travel, nothing stops the travel. That wheel keeps turning. And so, but when you're looking at, funding by travel.info, and getting that out, to folks who may be, maybe kind of nervous about the money. How about being able to use a tool that transfers wealth, that makes Expedia billions? Back to you, Brenda.
Hey, Rick,
Yes, Ed.
and going on to that is this: you got to be aware of the times that you're in, and you're not in this business, in this community, on this team by happenstance or by accident. We're in this place strategically, and now's the time. If you haven't really looked at the climate, not only in this country but around the world, we really are poised to be in position to accommodate a lot of needs, especially financially, with even the threat of funding being cut to these programs, to, multiple programs that people depend on. Where are they going to turn? Who is going to have the answer? And we've been waving the flag for years at this point. And now it's not just waving the flag. We have a spotlight on us with the tools that we have and the skill set, like you were saying, that we have. And our skill set is we know what we're talking about. There's a foundation of knowledge here. There's a foundation of experience. There's a foundation of teaching. I mean, with the experience on this team, we're well accommodated to handle the influx of people and organizations and companies that's going to be steered our way, because honestly, they don't have any other choice. If they see it, they're coming. If they don't, they don't. But those that see it, we're being prepared for it. And just to encourage everybody on the phone, don't be intimidated by the level of people, corporate level or just social level of the people that's going to be put in front of you when that time comes, because they're all going to be looking for an answer. And the answer that we have is this tool. We have 3 companies. We have the Vortex, we have Service 365 membership, and we have Transmanity. Those are 3 compensation plans that a person can get plugged into, or organization can get plugged into, and tap into an industry that just won't stop. The pandemic showed that. Even when I still scratch my head, even with a global shutdown, the travel industry still created $3 trillion and added that to the world economy. And the world was on a global shutdown. How? It's because it's something that we have to do. We don't have a choice but to use what's out here to get around and to ship and do what we do, e-commerce and all that. And we're in a position holding a tool that accommodates the whole industry. And that's the industry itself, is hospitality, accommodations. We're here to serve. And now's the time. There's plenty of people that are looking for the services that we have, the skill set that we have and acquired over these years practicing for such a time as this. And so now, no matter if you're just new to this team and this first time you've hearing this, or you've been here, now's the time, and you have the tool. You are a person of value right now. Understand that because of what you have, the access that you have, that we all have through this tool, through this company, through this dream, through hope. We're here for a reason. We're here for such a time as this, and it's time to not only go to work, but to be ready for those that you don't have to work for, because they're coming to you. It's no longer you have to go out and try to find people. People are going to be looking. They're going to be banging your door down or ringing your phone off the hook. It's happening. It's going to happen. Just be prepared.
True. That's true. Anybody else?
Hey, Rick,
Yes.
I just wanted to share also that everyone needs to learn their business. And the reason I'm saying that, because right now, I mentioned earlier about taxes. And when I was taking my business courses, uh, the very first one I took, Business 101, the first thing they tell you is you need to know how business operates. You don't have to be an expert. Everybody brings something to the table. But if you're going to be a business owner, you need to know something about every aspect of your business, EPA. But you need to know the basics on how uh, the tools work, the spreadsheets. And if you don't, you will get ripped off. It doesn't say you might, because if big dollars start to come in, even the most loyal person will be tempted by circumstances, situation, by attack, whatever you want to call it. I call it that. They're going to be tempted to rip you off. And if you don't have just a basic understanding about how accounting works, so they start from there showing you basics on how business works. That way you can understand how taxes, just a basic working knowledge. And it starts with learning your business and how that flows, and then being plugged in and not just handing your reins over to someone else to manage your finances. You will get ripped off. And the chorus did not say that you might. It said it will, and then it gives you example after example. And I mean, from some of the most prominent people were put in positions, which was a test for everybody involved. But that was wisdom. My eyes were open right from the beginning with that first business 101, and it was absolutely correct. And then it goes into giving you just basic understanding on how these things work. So I say that
What
because
course was that?
business 101,
Oh,
business 101, your very first business course. It
amazing.
starts with you there. And then you heard of business math. It's just the basics of business so that the CPA won't be able to hide things. You 1 + 1 is 2. You got to at least know that, especially when you're dealing with big numbers. Of course, you work with people and hire people that you trust, but you need a basic working understanding on how business works. Is what the principle is. And I say all that because almost every year I have somebody come to me at tax time, when it's time to file your taxes, and start asking me 100 questions on how do I claim this and that and the other thing. You can't wait until it's time to file your taxes. It's a process that you need to start at the beginning of every year. It's a process. You got to keep records, and you got to understand how business works. And that's just the basic understanding. The records that you need to keep. Uh, I know we had Hurdler at one time. Surge has some tools. I think they're working on some more tools to track like your mileage and what have you, and how that thing can be written off. But I learned, and I will share this with anyone. The way I learned, I actually took a tax course excuse me, um, to become certified with the taxes, which is not a fun thing to do. I don't know if people, I think accountants are a different kind of people, but but I did that. But I really learned by going and getting me an account with just the free tax USA, which didn't cost me a cent, and it walked me through one step at a time how those taxes. It pulls up all of the sheets for you, and it just gives you a basic understanding on what is required by the IRS. And if you make a mistake, it'll correct you and guide you in the right direction. That's a suggestion I would have if you want to learn more about. I mean, you don't have to file them, and there's no cost to it. But that's one of the things I wanted to share because I hate to see people come up and say, "How can I write this off?" I said, "If you can't prove it, if you don't have a record of it with receipts or what have, I still keep all of my receipts.
Good.
But you have to have a basic understanding, and that's what we need to do, especially in shut-in times or during the pandemic, to get that basic understanding, to get serious about business and treat this as a business. Back to you, Rick.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And that's the point that we're trying to get across to people. This is a real business. And of course, they won't get that unless we understand that this is a real business. I was going to share something real quick here. Anybody else have anything they wanted to say based on what we said thus far? One of the things I was just as you was
Real quick, Rick, Glenn, again, if you could share with people, where would you go? You were talking about you could go and you can get the information for free. What was that again? Or you could do the taxes for free to learn?
Oh yeah. It's a website, freetaxusa.com.
Okay.
I'll put that in the notes.
yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay, great.
Put that in the notes and
Okay,
also
thank you.
post it on our page. What I was going to share real quick here, and I was just doing this as we were just kind of talking. The power of the vortex. You guys hear me talk about the vortex all the time, and the power of the vortex. But I want you to take a look at this. This is the most amazing thing to me. And if you're looking at the screen, you can see my screen. Let me hide the thing so I can see. Okay, so this is the vortex. Everybody sees this. This is the free link, myvortex365.com / whatever your URL is, your identifier is, right? You can give out this link to the world, 10,000, if you will. And but for all intents and purposes, you can give it out to the world, unlimited. A person comes to this link, you have them watch a little short 40-second video, and then welcome to your travel savings vortex. Beat the big guys, free sign up. Okay, first name, last name, email address, make up a password, and instant access, and they're in. Okay, they'll get an email based on the email they put here. They have to go to that email, which contains a link. They click on that link to activate their personal travel discount portal. They can come to it again and again and again and again. It is personal, it is private, it is a travel savings portal for them. We want to emphasize that because people are like, well, why do I have to sign in? Okay, parity, right? It's closed door. These are special discounted rates. If it was in the public space, we'd have to honor parity and be the same prices as Expedia, so forth. Okay. Explain that to them. That's why they have to sign in. It's personal, it's private, it's on their own discount travel portal. Once they affirm, they affirm and activate that link. They come back up here and they log in. They sign in, right? And it takes them to their vortex. Returning traveler, sign in. Forget their password, they can go ahead and do that. One thing that's cool, when a person signs up for this Vortex link, the Vortex owner in their back office at my.surge365.com and go to Vortex information widget back there. They click on that, there's a report for the customers that sign up. So once this person signs up, you can go to that report and you can see that they signed up. Now, if they haven't activated the link in the email, it'll show pending. So you can let them know, hey, you need to activate, click on that link to activate it, and then it'll show, I think, like active, okay? Now they can go up here and they can log in. So let's go, I wanna show you this because it's just amazing to me. And you wanna do this check. You wanna look at prices through the Vortex, prices through the membership. I'm a member of Expedia Tap. So I have my own personal Expedia site, okay? Which amazes me. I'm Expedia. So let's look at the Vortex. And so we were doing the meeting here. I said, let me look at spring break, Daytona Beach, the 9th through the 15th, spring break. The Hard Rock Hotel, Daytona Beach, through the Vortex. This is the Vortex. When a person books this through the Vortex, a customer books it through the Vortex, it's going to show them the public price, which is the Expedia price, the lowest online internet price, $1,500. The Vortex has an algorithm to come in up to 60% less than that. In this case, this customer is saving $117. So the total for this period, the 9th through the 15th, is $1,383. Okay. The owner of the Vortex gets paid $117. So whatever the savings are, the owner gets paid. That's not a bad check for how much work, right? Give out the link, they activate, da 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 da. That's all, they do it all. They book, we earn. Okay. Now, who wouldn't want to make $117? Boom. So, but it's not over. Now, if you said, I want to go to the Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, you would take a look at your membership. So here, I've opened it up already, is our Surge 365 membership, the Hard Rock Hotel. Again, it'll show the public price, $1,500. But now through my membership, I'm saving $235. Now the customer saved $117. That's great. We earn what they save along with reward credits. Me as a member, I just get the savings and reward credits. So $235 is what I save. And we can compare the public price. You'll notice they're all about the same because the public prices have to be within parity. Now, if you want to find out the reward credits associated with it, you can select room and it'll show you the reward credits if you were booking this yourself, the reward credits that you would earn, if you were booking this yourself. And of course the savings as well. So the reward credits are somewhere, who knows? I think when you book it or something, they're somewhere on here. But you'll find the reward credits on here, okay? And that also rolls up to your reward credits here. Now, reward credits are also earned through the Vortex when that customer books. So not only are you making $117, the reward credits are about 1.5% of whatever the amount is. So whatever it is, it rolls up. But the point I'm trying to make is you're saving $235 through the membership. But now check this out. I'm also a member of Expedia Tap. And so this is my Expedia site. Blows me out the water. The fact that I'm Expedia also. You're Expedia also if you signed up for Expedia Tap. Do we have anybody on here that's Expedia Tap also? Anybody?
Yes.
I'm on Expedia Tap as well. So that I miscounted. That meant 4 streams of
So,
income.
okay, so in fact, the guy I had to help me
Awesome.
book yesterday, and I was going to book it through Expedia Tap to make, a little extra money. But anyhow, so I'm scrolling down, Hard Rock, Daytona Beach, same hotel. Look at this, 1426. 1426 versus the Vortex. And they have 1500. That's really the price. And then the membership. One 117 savings, and then the membership 200. Ladies and gentlemen, we are insiders to the industry. A lot of times we don't get that. We don't understand. We are insiders, and we let people talk to us like we're outsiders, like they got it going on. No, we're the ones who got it going on, you know. And but when I look at stuff like this, I'm like, oh my Lord. One of the things that was announced yesterday, and by the way, if you can catch one of our Wednesday calls, I think next Wednesday may be the last Wednesday that Delby Santiago, our international vice president, he does a breakdown of the compensation plan that will blow you away. The sad thing about it is something we already know, but his energy. Yesterday we had 120 some odd people on the call. The week before we had 160 some odd people on the call. The week before we maxed out the call because they only had 100 seats. So there's a momentum, there's an excitement. But one of the things that Delby announced yesterday is that we have the equivalent of Travmanity of a travel agency in Mexico that we just brought on. That does everything in Spanish that Travmanity does in English. That's going to allow this continued explosion of the Latin market. Now we have the travel agency that speaks Spanish, can help do groups in Spanish, can help do training in Spanish. All the things that Travmanity does, they're going to also do for the Spanish market. How huge is that? Oh, I'm sorry. How huge is that? I just saw that. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. This speaker is like, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay. But how huge is that? And we are, this is what Ed is talking about. Our timing couldn't be better. Whatever is happening outside of us doesn't even affect us, doesn't matter. We are positioned. Now, the folks on this call, we have been talking about this since when? Lord have mercy. Probably since you came in, because I've been talking about this since I came in 2004. And and we've all been talking about this moment when there's going to be a purge of people, a surge of people that are coming into our company. We're in preparation for it. Make sure that you're studying. Make sure that you're going through the exercises like I just showed you, looking at the Vortex price, looking at the membership price, looking at the Expedia price, the Priceline price, going directly to the hotel itself. If I went to the Hard Rock Hotel, you would see agreement with the parity price. You would see agreement with that. But looking at that so that you have that confidence that, are you kidding me? We have access and nobody can deny that. Now, the people we're talking to, little old folks like us, they don't realize how much power you actually have. People in the business don't even realize how much power they actually have, right? You have the equivalent of Expedia with your Vortex. Through Surge 365, you have access to a profit that makes Expedia billions of dollars. That difference between the retail price and the wholesale price. You have access to that unlimited. Sorry about that. You have access to that unlimited. that makes Expedia billions of dollars. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Through your membership, there are vacation club memberships that are sold for $7,000 to $10,000. Through our vacation club membership, you have access to the weekly rates, the surge, discounted rate, the wholesale rate. You have access to, of course, the shopping. People want to shop online. You have access to the gift cards. Ed and I was talking about the gift cards earlier. Those reward credits. You can buy a Walmart gift card, converts to cash money. And but you have access to the gift cards. You have access to the coupons, all under that Surge 365 membership, and so much more. Timeshare owners can deposit their weeks. You have access to all of that. And then you have a travel agency. And under the umbrella of the travel agency, you don't have to get all the licensing and certifications and all of that stuff for the travel agency, but you can ride theirs, and take all the industry specialist training that you choose to take, to book any trips, to work with any vendors around the world. Where they book the trip, you submit electronic commission claim form and you get paid. All of this coming together. And then not to mention, you have access to an incredible compensation plan to get residuals that you can put in your will to pass down to your children's children's children. We are overriding the return of travel of 9 billion people, 9 billion people in an $11.1 trillion industry with a tool that allows us to go and do anything we choose to do. Where the problem is with most people is they think and vision too low. It's way below their capacity. Dream big, include others. Back to you, Brendan.
Hey, Rick.
Go right ahead.
Hey, you reminded me of another power system we have, and that's the reward points partnered with the Vortex, because every Vortex booking, you earn reward points. So you can have your link out there, or you're connected to a corporation that's bringing in hundreds of thousands to a million, in commissions and stuff, because they're using the system of funded by travel. Well, you get reward points, or they're using your link, you get reward points from that. And that's another way to curb the spending, the price hikes and everything that we're seeing now, is that you can actually just purchase things via a reward point system, which saves you a ton. Just to remind everyone, this is the most powerful savings program that was ever created. I haven't seen any other program produce over $100,000 worth of savings in 9 years. That's a big deal. So, I mean, especially now with the price hikes that we're seeing and inflation and wherever everything is going, this is really a shelter, and it's self-sustaining.
That is so true. It really is. And you figure with all this information we have, you know how many people out there want to know what we know? All of them. All of them want to know what's their next step. They're all in that position. If you go and play around with On Demand, and that's surgepro365.com, I suggest you do it. So like Rick said, when you send somebody there, you know the steps. You can let them know. They don't have to wait. They can go and listen to it right away, or they can set a time that's more convenient for them to sit down and listen to it. Or you can listen to it and do something else. You can be listening to it while you're cooking dinner, or when you throw a load of clothes in the laundry. Because if you've heard it before, why not listen to it again? And Don might say something that I could use that the next time I do a presentation. So definitely go check that out. We learned about the different taxes. It's hot right now, tax season. It's hot all around. Will they exist? Won't they exist? All kind of craziness, right? But we know we have the perfect business for people who are trying to figure out what's next for them. Because once you own your own business, you can continue to work your business. Surge 365 sends out the checks. That's very important to know that. So definitely reach out to everyone you know, share with them what you know, and that on demand, it's a good way to start if you don't feel comfortable to do it yourself. And if they have questions, say, I'd like to explain it to you, but why don't you do it when you have time? Here's surgepro365.com. Go check that out, and then we'll get back together. Because for one thing, they're not wasting your time. Because if they're not serious and they don't go there, then you know they were not serious. And as opposed to you setting up a time with them and then they don't show or something happens. So now they're setting up a time that's good for them. They could watch it on their own leisure. So I think that's an excellent way to go. But, you know, we share a lot of information every Thursday. We share a lot of information. We learn a lot. And that's what's so great about this business. I'm excited. Look, now I should have really taken my Spanish class serious to be able to send people the Spanish presentation. But that's so great. You don't even have to know it. Just show it to them and point. That's what's so fun about our business.
Hey, you know,
But
Brenda,
anybody else?
I was just going to
Yes.
say, in regards to the Spanish presentation, if you want to send that to someone, if you go to goteamget.com and the homepage and scroll down, you'll see the English presentation, you'll see the YouTube link, and you'll see the Spanish presentation right under it, and the YouTube link, and you can either copy and paste it there, or Touch 365 also has the Spanish presentation and the English presentation that you can go through and you can send to someone as well. Whatever your preference is. I had a person the other day that said, Rick, I just want to get the link and just send it directly to them in a text, and not go through the third party, so to speak, Touch 365. So, but you have options. You have options. Now, if you go through the Touch 365, it's going to give you some stats on when they watch it and those kinds of things. But, if you just want to put it in a text and YouTube video it, just send it straight to them in a text, you can do that too. We have so many tools.
Oh my goodness, Rick.
Yep.
Has anybody else noticed? I'm sure you probably have. The department stores now, especially during the Christmas holidays, while walking through the store trying to find this and that, finding an associate in the store and asking them a question, where do I find this? They don't speak a lick of English. And I mean, from multiple cultures, they pull out their cell phone. And guess what? They got a translator on there. And you speak it into there, and it tells them, and they point you where you need to go. And I went online and also saw where they got these devices now to do nothing but translate. When you go to a foreign country,
Wow,
you got instant
Yep.
translation right there with you.
that's great.
Check it out. Check it out. Back to you, Rick.
Man, what time?
Hey, Glenn, you beat me to the punch. That's what I was gonna tell Britta, is that she doesn't have to go back and learn it. She just has to buy the device, and it'll help her do it.
That is so true. That's
Indeed.
amazing.
And you know what? That's so funny because those they are in my shopping cart. I just need to pull the trigger and buy them because I have 3 in there because my brother's a trucker and he always talks about he can't understand anybody. So I do have 3 of them in my cart. I have to just go ahead and buy them.
Well,
But
this
that
is
is true.
Darlene. I
Yes.
bought some of those the music plugs because they clip onto your ear, and when
Wow.
someone is talking, they it translates their language.
What?
Yes, it's
What's
hooked
it
onto
called?
my it's a those the things that the kids be walking around with, they listen to music or they have their phones on it, the ear
Yeah,
thing.
like iPod, like a iPod or something. Yeah,
Yeah, something
Earpods.
earpods.
like
Mm-hmm.
Earbuds, yeah.
yeah. I bought some of those and I wanted to actually see if they really actually worked. And they do.
Right.
And whenever you
Yeah.
have it in your ear, you might be listening to music, but when someone talks, it picks up what they're saying, whether, if they're speaking a different language.
What? So what's the
Yeah.
brand?
Yeah, the one, yeah, I think I
Well,
might. I was a little hesitant, darling, but I
well,
think
What's
I'm
the
gonna go ahead
brand?
and do it.
well, see, that's me. I go on and I get these little things. Some I can't use and some I can, but I just give them to somebody that can use them. But these, I really like these, and it doesn't really have it. It just says hi-fi audio or something I bought on it was something that was on my Facebook page or something.
I saw
And I
that.
just,
I didn't
yeah.
know if it worked.
Yeah, it does work.
Yeah, my brother says it works, and I have 3 in the cart, like I said. Because I know
How
every
much
time
did
I
you
buy
pay
myself
for
a
it,
gadget, I
Darlene?
gotta buy.
Yeah.
Darlene, how much you pay for it about?
I think, well, I think they were like 19.99 or something like, it
Oh
wasn't
my.
much. And
Yeah,
I have seen some that were probably a more higher volume or quality
Right.
because they cost more money, and I think you can even get them off of Amazon.
yeah,
Wow.
you
You can
Yes,
can.
get
I've
you
them
seen
can.
off
them.
of Amazon. I'm one
See,
of those
look at
people
that.
that buy a
Now,
lot of things that, just to see
oh
if they
yeah,
work
you
or
one of those gadgeters. You'll try a gadget in a minute.
right.
But that takes away all excuses,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because we don't know the language. Nowadays,
Hmm.
you don't
Mhm.
have to know
Right.
You're right.
whatever language.
Whatever
Oh
language.
Right.
yeah, it's several. It's a lot of different languages that thing will turn into English where you could understand.
And this was
Hmm.
interesting also is that, and you may or may not know this, I think most people do, but if you go to your search 365.com SBA site, and we know the Google Translator, it will translate that site into whatever language.
Oh.
Like if you're
That's right.
Oh
looking
yeah.
if you're looking for Slovakian, you go up there, how it brings up all the languages, it will translate your site into whatever language. If you're looking for
Just like
Spanish,
the vortex.
just like the Vortex. I mean, it's just amazing what we have and what we have available to us that takes away, doesn't overcome mindset and desire. And that's one of the things I realized for myself. If I can just work on my mindset, my vision, live in the end state of what I desire, and pray it, and see it, visualize it, speak it, declare it. Don't let anything pull me back into the present, whatever that current situation is, but stay living in that end and watch how everything aligns to the end. Back to you, baby.
Wow. Well, that's fun. I think it's a good thing. We should try it. So I think I might go ahead and pull the switch on mine and see how it comes and how it works. But guys, we always have a lot of
Wait,
great
Brenda.
information. Go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
Jeffrey, you go first.
I just had a question, and I'm enjoying what you're talking about. But I've been working on an African uh, safari trip for somebody for a while now, and the lady at Colette, that's over in, I think she's in Gig Harbor. But anyway, she wanted to meet up with me, and I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. She just wanted to meet me since she's going to be in our area, in Tacoma area. So, what do you guys think about
I
that?
think it's
Okay.
I think it's great. She's a BM for Colette.
Yeah, she's yeah,
Yeah.
she
And you're a
So
CEO for
yeah,
Surge.
and
You're
you're
Absolutely.
a
you're a
CEO.
CEO for
Yeah, and
Travelmanity.
oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I was just a little nervous about it. So let me see if that's okay.
No, that's called
Well,
it's called role playing.
Okay.
That's it.
and and she probably just wants to get to know you if she's new in the
Mm-hmm.
area, getting to know travel agents, and then there might even be a fan trip that they're trying to have people learn about. You never know. I'd go with an open mind and just get all the information, let her do all the talking because
Okay.
she's wanting to convince you to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. She
She
That's
kind
wants
of
to
said
yeah,
do
that.
that.
that's her goal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Deborah, and she probably doesn't have any. I went to one of those, and there was several people that were in this session, and
Hmm.
they were just trying to connect with people in this area because they don't have that much connection in this area. So it's
Okay.
something good to go to. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's just some one-on-one. She just want to come have coffee with me, like you said, get to know me, tell me a little bit about. And she gave me some great training things, something to do. But anyway, yeah. So
So
I
the
just
pot,
want to
the
Yeah.
let the team know.
the posture is
Hmm.
she wants your business, your service. So your posture is tell me a little bit about what you guys do.
Okay.
Because she
Yeah.
she has to earn your respect and trust.
Mm-hmm.
And so
And your
you're
business.
not yeah, you're not coming in under her. She's trying to show you and earn your loyalty and to let you know that here's what we can provide you. And so you're coming in like the big wig, so to speak, saying, hey, show me what you guys can do, something that I can offer my clients with a confidence. What have you guys done? And like Darlene is saying, do you have any other people in this area? So you're coming in like that in that posture. You may even wear that fancy dancy hat that you always wear, but you coming in big time, knowing that, actually, I'm just kidding, but that's your posture that you're coming in with. She wants to make sure that she's going to impress you.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
righty.
I
Chantel?
yes, I wanted to get back to the experiences we have had. And you know what? I was just thinking about that. They are innumerous. And what we have had some of the most funnest, hilarious, but one that comes to mind right now, or two, is when Mariano had us in New Orleans running down the street. Talk about, it's just around the
Oh,
corner.
looking for beignets.
Okay, I mean, we were running like, where are we going? And just running it.
Oh no.
It was hilarious.
Looking for beignets. And
I'm
then we had a
serious.
nice little, yeah, and then remember in the midst of all that, we had a nice line dance that
Had a
started right in
flash
the middle of the
dance.
street.
That's right. I ran across
A
that
flash
picture the
dance.
other day. Oh my
Yeah.
word. And the other one, there's many, but when we went to Jamaica, I'm telling you, man, if you ever get
Oh,
to
that
try
was nice.
team, do it. We went to Jamaica, and I'm telling you what, we turned it up. I think we were one of the only teams that had that experience because Rick knew someone there, supplier, and she poured out the red carpet for us. And it was very inexpensive. We had 7 hours with this guy, and I mean, he really took care of us. And we went,
Yeah.
I don't know how many cities we passed through, but when we got to, which was that the blue, what was that beach? Was that the Blue River or Blue something? And the little Jamaican man was trying to come and give us some of his meat pies.
Oh Lord! So
And they were trying to
Oh,
block him.
girl.
They were so trying to block him from getting to us. But finally, we got a chance. When I tell you delicious, like I have not tasted one in the States yet
Negril.
that tastes like that.
No.
And
Yeah,
we've been
Negril.
even to the Jamaica food trucks. I still have not had that taste that we had in Jamaica.
No,
It was delicious.
it's true. 7
But
miles.
we had some serious experiences, man. I mean, it's been amazing.
Then
That was fun.
Rick's Cafe.
Oh
Rick's
my
Cafe
goodness.
with the
Wow.
divers. Yeah.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
That was fun. We're going to be doing a lot more of those, a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that was definitely a good memory. That's a memory, puts a smile on my face.
So you're welcome for the tour of New Orleans and the beignets.
Thank you so much. That was fun. And when we found it, the sidewalk looked like it had, it was sugar powder all on, made the sidewalk look all white from everybody eating up beignets. But that was a lot of fun. It really was. Wow.
Topped off by the
else?
gumbo
We've been
shop.
trying to find that gumbo though.
Yep, topped off by the gumbo
man.
shop.
Woo. Oh my goodness. How many did we sample before we found the right one?
That was
definitely the right
house
one.
was heaven.
That was great. That was really good. And even walking down the alley to get to the door was like, okay. But once you got in there, it was packed out, and we know why. Look, everybody's thinking about it now, but anybody else? So everybody in New Orleans now. Oh, wow. Well, you know, guys, we have the presentation tonight, and definitely, log on, even if you could just listen. The more the merrier. And we're coming together. People are coming on, and that's what makes it fun. And so we want to make sure that if you have the time, just kind of log in or just listen and call in. And so we could have a nice little number on our presentation tonight, because that's something that we're going to continue to do as it builds and as it grows, and the hundreds and hundreds of people that come on board. But I want everybody to take a little time to enjoy the rest of your day. Look forward to seeing you this evening. And you know that we are the most trusted travel team in Surge 365. We are winners. And I look forward to seeing you guys tonight. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Shout out to Zarita.
Bye.
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.